Did you know that you're not actually buying that name brand clothing because you want to? You, there's a chance that you might be buying that name brand clothing or product because they're making you by brainwashing you into doing it. Apparently, that's what this guy's saying. So we're going to find out if that's true or not. Let's take a watch.
This
Sounds
is Louis
good.
Vuitton, the most valuable luxury brand in the world. Each year, it sells over $15 billion worth of...
$15 billion. Wow. That's wild for
What did
clothing.
You think it was?
I don't know. Maybe like 8 billion or like less than 15.
I don't know, dude. Think about how much these things cost, though. Like, think about, like, the Kardashians and stuff that are, like...
Yeah, but that's, like... It should be, like, low volume, though, because of that.
What about Nike
like,
and stuff?
But Nike, they have, like, something for everyone. It's not, like, a super exclusive brand. Like, I feel...
Oh, you're talking about luxury brand. Yeah. That is crazy, though, because, like, such a small percentage of people actually buy luxury brand stuff. That is a
Yeah.
crazy number.
That is. Anyway, let's continue.
the products and leads the luxury fashion market with the highest profits than any of its competitors. But what you don't see is how these billion-dollar brands target the poor and not the rich, and get inside their head using neuroscience and marketing to control the minds of the masses. And today, I'm in Beverly Hills to shop the top 5 luxury fashion brands in the world and expose exactly how they do it.
Did you think that those were the top 5 luxury brands?
Let's see.
What's the first one? That's Louis Vuitton, right?
Yeah, that's Louis Vuitton. Dior,
so
Gucci.
I would think that Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Chanel, and Rolex are. I don't think of it I thought Dior did like cologne.
You know, to be fair, I don't even know what Dior does.
I think that Dior sells colognes and perfumes. That you always see the commercials with the good-looking chair girl and the guy that are like swimming in the ocean, like he might be surfing or something, doing something stupid, and they're like Dior. That's the only time I've seen Dior. I've never seen Dior clothing though, right? Have you ever seen Dior clothing? Now Rolex doesn't sell clothing either though.
No,
So
they're an accessory
brands, these are all luxury brands, but Louis Vuitton does a lot of suitcases and stuff.
And they do bags and they do shoes.
Right, but think of it. This is what I'm saying though is comparatively to the other 4, if Dior sells perfumes and colognes, think about how much money they're making to just sell colognes and perfumes, right?
Yeah, must be a wild market to just be able to focus there.
What was the neuroscience thing?
I think using the idea of gamification or something along those lines of saying, hey, if you buy this, this is great value, this is something that will last you, and...
So just mind games.
Yeah, it's a fancy word for mind games.
All right.
In the world and expose exactly how they do it. And these are our covert mystery shopping.
Ray-Bans?
Yeah.
Are they meta?
It's definitely meta.
Are using firsthand in the store.
How do they not notice the lead?
And I'm also
what the hell, dude?
Same tactics to your own business to dramatically increase your profit.
Oh, so this is like a business video too.
Tank. I've generated $7.8 billion for my clients. First up is Louis Vuitton.
Wait a minute. So this guy created a video to tell you about how these companies are scamming people, and then he puts his own plug-in on how he's gonna scam you?
Well, I think it's more of a spin of how you can use these...
scam other people?
Yeah, I think that's the spin he's going...
That's messed up.
It really is. It's
really, there's this is what these sneaky snakes are doing, but here, I'm going to teach you how to do the same thing for your own product and brand.
Right? You know?
Am I crazy? That's what he said.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. And, it's teach a person to fish instead of
No, but not only that, but it's like he's complaining about the other fishermen about how they're
Yeah.
like cheating to get like bigger fish, and then he's like, and now I'll teach you how to get big fish too.
Like, in a way, he's using the same tactics that these companies use.
Yeah, and he's gonna teach you. That's so
Yeah.
that was so subtle, and he must be good at it, because
Well,
that's
the confidence is there.
Here are
Yeah.
some of the tactics that they are known to deploy in store that I'm going to be keeping my eye out for. So these brands, they go through the most extreme measures to manufacture exclusivity. Their limited stock, that is all a fugazi. Do
That
you
makes sense.
really think
Yeah.
that they don't have the funds to go out there and procure
Nintendo
the goods
did that
to
too.
make enough to sell to the demand?
Of course not.
they do.
Okay, it's like when we went to go see Deadpool and Wolverine, right? And that one guy got the last freaking Deadpool and Wolverine
Cup.
head thing.
Yeah.
Dude, I was so mad. I was
Yeah.
so upset, dude. I was so, because I had been waiting in that stupid line. Other lines had been going faster than mine. The only reason that my line was going slow is because the two fatty McFatties in the front were ordering like $100 worth of food for Deadpool, and it was taking forever. And the nachos, you had to go and take the
Yeah.
little jalapenos out of the glass
Yes.
jar, and they had to put. It was taking forever, and then they got the last one, and my girlfriend's like, well, just get some more when they restock. I'm like, honey,
It's
they're not
limited.
restocking. This is limited edition. You don't get it. It's limited edition. So yeah, that shit works, man.
Yeah. You're gonna have to
By
3D
design,
print
they
one.
want to keep that stock low so that it increases the urgency for you to act now when they do have the inventory in place and to make it more desirable in the first place.
So my bodyguards and I headed into Louis Vuitton. to
Sabri
investigate.
cam.
I told them to pretend
Fancy.
I was a billionaire sheikh from Dubai to see
Oh my
how these
God,
luxury brands would treat me inside. Immediately, we were met with our first challenge.
This is all women's. You're very close, 2 blocks.
We went to the all-women's store, so we ventured over to the men's
Oh,
store
he knows
to
his
try and buy
stores.
a passport wallet. Immediately, we were assigned a personal shopper to show us around the store.
Wow.
I found my wallet on display, and what do you know? They said that this specific item had insane demand and that it wasn't available at this store. But I refused to give up, so we drove 40
Okay.
minutes to another Louis store.
Okay.
Immediately, we were
These
greeted
stores
with
are like
another personal
Dunkin'
shopper.
Donuts is.
I told them that I wanted a passport
It's down
wallet,
the
and
road.
she immediately brought me to their travel section. Here's where it gets juicy. She mentioned that the wallet I was after was hard to come by, and while she checked the back of the store, she tried to sell me a $1,000 pair of sunglasses, as well
Oh
as
my
a
God.
$4,000 duffel bag. They ended up having the wallet, but somehow it was the last one in stock.
All right, so we just
Really?
pop some Louis
The
V.
last
Whatever
one in
it is that
stock?
You choose that you
Convenient.
want, they validate
Super.
that immediately. That's our most popular. We've only got one more of those in stock.
And it's by limiting this supply do things become infinitely more desirable. And why people laugh about it and they say, oh, that's so extreme, the reason that they do it is because it works. And it's not just these huge, massive
Does work.
luxury fashion
Yeah,
brands.
it does.
Think about some of your favorite brands. Think about Apple, for instance. You can't just go in there and just buy their brand new products whenever you want it. They only have a certain amount of inventory that's sent to each location. And if you try to call up in advance and being like, hey, can I get this certain iPhone? They say, I don't know. We get a certain batch sent to the store.
But
Are
you know,
an Apple guy? Is that true?
no, like I don't 100% agree with this, because if you do the things of like pre-ordering, like when it's announced, yeah, you might have to wait a few weeks. You might not get it day one, but that's
Yeah,
if
but that few weeks is what really gets people going, though, because then their friend will have like if we're both Apple people and you got your Apple phone the day it came out and I didn't have it. Imagine if you're a high school kid and like you come in and you're like rocking the swag and you're like, yeah, I got the new Apple 1500 ZB, and then I'm like, oh, I only have the 1400 ZB, and I feel like a loser.
yeah, and obviously you are, because no, I'm kidding.
Well, I don't use Apple anyway, but
I-
is that true about Apple though? That like literally like when they release a new phone, that like some
Yeah,
people
it
just
does
can't get
blow
it?
up, but at the same, well, yeah, it does. It does blow up in the sense that if you're maybe like pre-ordering later in the day from when they announced it, you're definitely not going to be one of the first people. But if you get to it like within the first, like, I'd say couple 3 hours, into their pre-order session, you're gonna be pretty guaranteed to get one, because they do send a decent amount to the stores.
Dude, do you listen to yourself right now? You just told me if I get there within 3 hours of them
Online.
releasing the phone.
Online, pre-ordering.
Still, 3 hours online to pre-order? What if
What I
don't get
mean
there 3
is,
hours?
like, they'll have their iPhone announcement. They'll say, all right, we're pre-ordering today. So you go and you pre-order at apple.com. You don't have to go to a store. And you do that, like, within
But
three...
But you're saying if you don't do that, though, you're not getting a fucking phone.
You're gonna wait, like, 2 or 3 weeks.
All right, so what he says is true, then. What he
Okay,
says is true. It's accurate. Well, you literally just described what he's talking about.
I think he's exaggerating, though.
Okay, let's continue.
Every day, and we don't even know what they're going to send. And it's the whole manufacturing of that exclusivity is what gets people to just rock up in droves to buy their products.
Yeah, or wait for the release online and order within 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he's right. So what he's saying is right.
Okay. Okay.
All right, here,
The
Dior.
number
This is
2
what I was talking about.
luxury fashion brand in the world. These guys do over
Oh, they do
$11
sell
billion
clothes.
in sales annually, and they
What?
have this tote bag.
Today I learned.
$500, and it costs $57 to make. And the internet is
No.
completely
Oh.
Less than $60 to make a $5,000 bag.
So let's go on in and see what tactics that they're going to use
That
on
is
us.
So
nuts.
we went into
dude.
Dior and immediately
Ah.
asked to see the
That is
$57
nuts,
tote
dude.
bag. I couldn't
But,
believe that
yeah,
they sold
I
these
mean-
things for $3,500.
It's Egyptian cotton. It's woven.
And even though I don't think it was anything special, I gotta respect
Egyptian
it because
cotton.
This is the very first thing that I do.
okay.
when the client
Wait a minute.
wires
So he's saying Egyptian cotton like it's like something so expensive. Why does it costs more it costs less for bed sheets with more material that's Egyptian cotton than it does for this little bag?
I guess so. I
mean,
guess.
Egyptian cotton's not exactly like you can go to Bed Bath and Beyond and get Egyptian cotton sheets, man, and it'll cost you $100.
I haven't gone sheet shopping in a while, but yeah, that sounds...
This is it's not about the material is what I'm saying. It's literally only the name. People are buying the name. That's why I never buy stuff like this, dude. I never spend my money on frivolous things like this. I'll buy a $15 pair of shoes over anything. I know people like shoes, they like Nikes and stuff, but like it's like, dude, why do you have to spend so much money on something that like you can get the same quality from something else like for 5% of the price?
But you don't get that name. You don't get
but-
Dior... a Dior
Who cares
bag.
about that? Dude, you really, man, our world today, dude. Like, people literally care so much about the name of a brand that, like, you'd rather walk around poor but look rich. I'd rather be like Adam Sandler. You know, Adam Sandler wears like sweatpants like every day, right? Like, he doesn't care what he looks like, right?
But he
will
can
look
afford
poor,
not to care what he looks like.
right?
like-
But he could also afford to buy all of the bags in all of Dior and still be a freaking millionaire. He's Adam Sandler's worth like $500 million, dude.
Yeah, but then
he
he'll
wears
go and buy a
sweatpants.
bunch of cars for his friends.
Right. But that's because he's being the man. That's not because he cares about a name brand. It's just I don't
But
know.
then he's buying like name brand cars, like.
but not
or-
for him.
But not
him
for
is-
him. But
yeah.
like he might go and do that for his wife.
But that's also, that's also a way to like, first of all, there's ways to like get tax write-offs on that, and then there's also a way to like give somebody money without giving them money, because you can't just give someone money. I think the maximum amount of like actual money that you could just gift to someone is like 10 grand. Like you might be able to gift more to like a family member, but you can't just like give money to a friend.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
like if you give them a car, you give them $500,000 car. That's a pretty nice way of giving them $500,000 worth of like right? I think that's how it works. I could be talking out of my ass, but I'm pretty sure.
But then, like, what is there for like excise tax and stuff for the other person?
Right, they're gonna have to pay it, obviously.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that sounds like an inconvenient gift.
Well, you could always just sell the car
Yeah.
and then get the money, right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Client wires me 50K. I get on the phone with them and I tell them immediately, straight out of the gate, you need to double your prices. Because you want to be selling at a premium price point. Unless your business model is to be able to service the entire market so nobody can possibly compete with you on price, then operating at the lower end of the market is a fool's.
That's wild to think about. Like, there's no happy medium. Like, of, all right, I'm gonna set this at like a fair market value, and then people saying, well, that's too inexpensive because we think that it's probably poor quality or something like that.
that's because the mega rich are trying to monopolize everything. So not only do we have companies like Walmart, Amazon, Uber, DoorDash, all these things that are monopolizing so that like no other services can be available, but then we have super rich clothing brands and watch brands, whatever, monopolizing those ends by raising their prices. So like it's no matter if they're raising or lowering their prices, it's rich people monopolizing a certain category of purchases that it will literally make it impossible for like mom and pop stores to like actually make a name for themselves. It's
Yeah,
messed up.
that is. Anyway.
Aaron, and you do not want to play the race to the bottom because you never win. All prices are made up. When it comes to setting the price for your product, the setting matters. So you want to think about how do you actually present that product. If it's a physical product, what is the location that you've done the product photography? What is it
I
next
love
to?
that commercial.
What are the models like? What's the light?
With the
What's
wolf.
aesthetic? What's
Yeah.
the whole makeup?
That's
What
Johnny
very
Depp,
few
right?
people
I know, yeah,
understand
dude,
is
Yeah.
that
price.
commercial is priceless, dude. That
Yeah.
commercial is the fact that wasn't that for like cologne.
I
that's for
think so,
cologne,
yeah.
right? The fact that they were like, all right, we need to sell our cologne. Who's like the hottest actor right now? Like who's in like all the movies? This is before obviously the Amber Turd situation, but
Yeah.
who's in all the movies? I know. Get Jack Sparrow. Okay. But what else could we make? How else could we make it cooler? Well, you could have him rip into a guitar and have like a handkerchief with a vest. That
Yeah,
sounds
but
good.
what else?
But like, we need to like really up the game here.
Yeah,
I know,
what's
I know.
like the top
put it
tier?
Put it in a desert with like storm clouds. That's great, but like I'm talking like S level, like to the moon kind of stuff. I got it, bro. Put some wolves behind him.
Yeah.
Got it. Perfect.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Priming. And that is where you prime the prospect based on the association and the area and all the things that they are subjected to before you actually make your offer to them.
Next up is Gucci.
Everybody knows Gucci. It's the
Yeah?
loudest
That's probably the
fashion
biggest
brand
one,
that
right?
there is. You got the
Yeah.
Gucci belt, the loafers, the jumpsuits. So your boy is about to go on in and get dripped out in that Gucci stuff. Let's see the
Dripped
tactics
out.
that these guys
Ah.
deploy.
We enter Gucci, and the first thing that I notice is the man
It's
at
actually
the
a
door
good
who's
movie,
in-
by the way. Did you ever watch the movie Gucci?
That one
with
that just
Lady-
came
with-
out.
No. It was a little while ago with Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
It's actually a good movie, and the guy from like Adam Driver, I think it's the guy. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually a good movie. And no cap, it's like actually a good movie, and it goes over like how they became rich and like the process behind it and stuff. And it's
There
actually
was
pretty
like
good
a
movie.
murder scandal too.
Yeah, it
but
was all,
yeah.
it was wild, dude.
Yeah.
It's a good movie, honestly.
I
I actually, not to keep pausing it, but like I'm actually kind of a fan of Lady Gaga in movies.
Yeah,
movies.
she's not a bad actress.
She's a great singer. I get it. Do I like her music? I'm not like a Lady Gaga groupie or anything. But like the movie that she did with
A Star is
Brad-
Born.
Bradley Cooper. that's a
Yeah,
good
that was
movie.
that was
That's
a
a really
great
good movie.
movie.
Yeah.
It really was.
And I'm very excited to see her in Joker de la Fuck.
Yeah.
Whatever. the scene when he's behind the glass and she's like putting her lipstick on the thing to write to do a smile, and it goes right into his smile. Like it looks so good. I'm actually excited for it.
I like the first one, so yeah, I'm definitely excited.
Job is to let you through their velvet rope. I let them know that I wanted to get as drippy as possible, so they took me to
In
the
those
back
words?
of the store to all of the clothes.
There's like
They
no
offered me
clothes there.
Nothing but the finest sparkling water, and then I asked to try on one of their tracksuits.
Dude, it's kind of wild. Do you see like this store?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
there's,
pretty
like,
bare.
literally nothing here.
Yeah, it's really bare. What you see, like
There's
the
one
few.
piece of clothing for each type.
Yeah, they don't have like. You look at a normal clothing rack and you'd see like duplicates
sizes.
or
Different. That's what I'm thinking about. Different sizes, dude. Like,
Yeah,
everyone's gonna be a different size looking at these clothes, but they're opting to put one size out for somebody to come. So, like basically saying like, if you don't look like this mannequin, if you're not like the same like look of this mannequin, then we can't serve you. Or we're gonna. I bet they say shit like, we'll have to custom make it for you, or like something like that to like make it look even more whatever. But like, dude, and then they got these little Perrier bottles right here. Like, what is this shit, dude?
it's
What
wild.
is this?
I don't know.
This is like an alien country to me.
It really is. It's like they serve you the Perrier and in.
Look at those
Is
white
it even
bags.
chilled?
Look,
Like-
I bet they are 100%. I bet those are. You can. They even look chilled, dude. I feel like I
Okay, yeah, I see the.
frostiness on it. But
Yeah.
look at those white bags. Like
Oh,
just
like,
like in the middle of one bag on one shelf, same color as the mannequin.
Right in the
It just
middle.
looks like
A centerpiece. Like
it looks like an alien world, dude. Honestly, I'm glad that I'm not someone that like has enough money to shop in these stores. I would hate it.
yeah. I was just at like a local casino this weekend, and they had a gadget shop for like people who go to the casino, and they definitely like make it high end, and it's so alien the way that they like have. On one side it's like a pizza maker, and then on another side they have like a leaf blower. And
Yeah.
it's like one brand, this is all we have of both.
Yeah.
It
That's crazy.
is.
But the finest sparkling water, and then I asked to try on one of their tracksuits. They left me waiting for around 10 minutes. My guess is that this was a tactic to get me to browse some more. I looked at some of the shoes, the Gucci belts, and then they called me to the changing room to try on the Gucci tracksuit. And let me tell you, this thing was ridiculous, and the entire set cost somewhere around $5,000.
$5,000.
Oh my god.
For pajamas. They look like pajamas, man.
The music was hilarious to it too. Dude, I've seen celebrities wear that kind of stuff, man. I see people wear that kind of stuff all the time. I don't get it.
Do you think it's like choice fatigue, where it's like, all right, this is laid out to me, I guess I'll wear this?
I honestly, dude, I feel like nowadays celebrities are trying so hard just to look like no one else. Like they don't want to look like anyone else. They want to look them like so unique that no one else can wear their stuff. That's why they wear these like weird pants and like I don't even know, dude.
But you think like if you're out walking in public that you want to be less like
not if
obvious.
you're filthy rich, dude. They dude, people like Kanye, you know, like it doesn't matter what he wears. People are gonna recognize him.
Yeah,
Doesn't
that's
matter.
true.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, like, maybe if you're Adam Sandler, you can, like, maybe put on a hoodie and, like, people will think you're an old dude, right?
Or, like, Marshall Mathers, too.
Right, but, like, even... I don't know, man. I feel like I think I would recognize Eminem.
Okay.
I feel like I would recognize Eminem, dude. But I know what you're saying.
Like, put on a hoodie and, like, scrunch it in and
Yeah.
just walking.
Type of clothes that we wear. Everybody wants to signal a certain status, and we all want to
Dude,
be.
did he just say that his T-shirt was $100?
Can you go back?
I think
Yeah.
he said his T-shirt was $100.
Yes. Oh my. What?
It's a black T-shirt.
It looks like a Gildan t-shirt. It looks like something you could get a 10-pack of for like $15.
That's so crazy. Was
It's
he trying
not
to say that that's,
fitted.
like a cheap. Wait. Was he like saying that that's cheap? I want to rewatch this.
That we wear. Everybody wants to signal a certain status, and we all want to be perceived as
okay,
being
well, anyway.
higher status than the people that we associate with. A lot of businesses just sit down, they think about all the features and the benefits of whatever it is that they've got to sell, but they don't think about what buying their product represents from a status standpoint and what it signals.
Is
Or
that someone
what
else
type of
wearing his
status does it
t-shirt?
unlock if
Like-
someone buys for you. And if you think about these luxury brands, you are not buying the material. You're not buying the cotton. You're not buying all
Right,
of
you're
those
buying the name.
specific
Yeah.
Yeah, we get it.
Yes, they harp on about craftsmanship and quality, but that is how they justify the sale. That is not how they get you to buy in the first place.
Yeah, I
It is
agree.
an emotional
Yeah. I
agree.
sale. They are selling you the
course.
status of having the big Gucci logo on your tracksuit because they know all the
That
rappers
guy
and
looks-
celebrities, influencers.
Yeah,
that
look-
is
all
what
these
you're wearing,
people-
and you
Yeah.
should be
All
like
these people look absurd.
Yeah, they do not look like normal people.
All these people look absurd, dude.
Like, what is that? What
You
is going
cannot
on
tell
here?
me this guy feels cool.
No, like,
How does this guy feel cool?
he looks like a the orange looked like a basketball. Like,
I
That
mean,
is-
like, I guess this one's not as like it doesn't look as bad, but like,
I don't know. That pattern,
But-
that's even worse.
yeah, it's like puke green.
It's puke green. It's
No-
it's
no shirt.
checkerboarded. It
I mean,
look-
they look like clowns, dude. In my
it-
opinion.
yeah, something.
And
Crazy.
therefore, this is like a cheat code. If you buy this, you are going
It's
to
like
be
my
like
wallpaper.
Before we dive
I
into
don't-
what
I
might
don't
be
wanna
the
be like them,
craziest
though.
manipulation tactic I've seen from any retailer at Rolex, I decided to play a little prank on the people over at Balenciaga. These guys are known for their out-of-pocket designs.
What
like their
is that?
$1,800 leather chip
The
bag
Matrix.
and $4,000 tape bracelet. So I asked to try on their biggest oversized hoodie and Kanye's favorite.
Oh
the
my-
oversized boots.
Speaking of like Kanye,
Dude, who wears those boots?
Bring out those fucking
Who wears
Their
those?
products are so wild that there has to be some other reason as to why they're able to sell over $1.4 billion a year.
What?
They're masters of
1.4.
trolling the internet
Though
for
that's
consumers.
really low if
One-
you wear.
1.4 billion for fucking mud boots, dude.
Yeah.
For mud boots.
Well, it's other clothing too.
No, I
It's-
know, but like they're all just as ridiculous. I'm like categorizing all the clothes into like the mud boot category of just, like,
Yeah.
absurdity.
It's
like,
like if
they're
you're going
going-
out and if you made like Carhartt a like luxury brand.
It is kind of, dude. Carhartt's not cheap. They're-
Carhartt's not cheap, but it's made for work. It's made for function.
Right. No, it has like no,
Yeah.
totally. But like like the chick with the Matrix and like mixed with like the bee or whatever.
Yeah.
The little eyes and stuff. Like, I've never seen anyone actually wear those clothes. So here's the thing: like they're selling billions of dollars worth of these clothes. Who are buying these clothes? Because we don't see them wearing it.
Yeah. I mean, are these sitting in people's closets? They're like some
Yeah.
sort of like tax write-off, or
Yeah.
I bet.
I think so. Either
It
that or
has
it's-
to be.
Either that or it's only celebrities and then they wear it out to like football games or like to
Hmm.
red carpets or something and then never wear it again.
And that could be too.
That is crazy, dude.
Something called
Unbelievable.
neuromarketing.
And neuromarketing is the way that scientists study how our brains interact with
Okay, he's
certain
good.
ideas,
Yeah.
objects, and ads. These big brands, they spend millions of dollars per year in this study. And they use crazy technology like fMRI to study the blood flow in people's brains when they're exposed to certain products and ads. They also
That's
have
crazy.
fake shops
That
and
is.
supermarkets set up where they use eye
Oh,
tracking
I've seen
software
this.
to have a look
This
at
is
what
wild.
happens to people's heart rates when they
What?
see certain products,
Yeah.
when they see certain ads, and they interact with different store layout. Now, I'm not saying
What?
that you need to go through
Yeah,
these
all
crazy
the
amounts
cameras
and
that they
use
have
all
in
this
stores,
insane
they can,
technology,
like-
but what I would
That's what they do in like casinos, bro.
Yeah,
To like
basically.
see if you're cheating and stuff. Now clothing brands are gonna like track you in the stores.
Yeah,
Like,
if they're
I don't
high.
even wanna, that's terrifying, dude.
It's why you shop at Marshalls. You'll never see that at Marshalls.
Dude, that's legit terrifying, dude.
Yeah.
And then these companies probably work directly with like Facebook, Meta,
Yeah.
you know, like, and send them literally all of the info that they
Well-
get, and then Meta will then like change their ads based on like the data that they're sending.
Well, they call it football data. Your cell phone is literally a advertising node. Like you walk into a store, we have Bluetooth, we have Wi-Fi on. They pick up the device and they're like, "Oh, there's a customer walking through. Oh, we can identify them online because we have their Bluetooth address."
Right.
And
It's crazy, dude.
it is.
say is the very first thing that I do when I sit down and I write an ad or a VSL or craft an email is I think, what is the emotion that I'm trying to elicit? I don't think about how do I write this subject line or what's the hook going to be. You first need to start from the place of like, how are you trying to make the prospect feel? Because all the masterful copy, all you putting the features and benefits, people don't remember that, but they will remember how you make them feel.
Yeah, that's
all right,
true.
here we are out the front of Chanel. It is the fourth
All right,
ranked
Chanel,
luxury
yeah.
brand in the world.
Yeah.
Let's go on in and see what
Chanel.
it's all about.
Inside of Chanel, I asked to see their most popular item.
Dude, the same
classic
thing with their
Yes.
store.
And of course,
The same
Single
thing.
item? Wow.
Literally the same fucking. Hold on. Right there, dude.
Yeah.
What is that? They have one item on one shelf.
It's
Look
one
at- look-
item
look at
on
this
one shelf.
entire box. Look at this entire box right here. When, like, if you go into a jewelry store, this would have like 100 different pieces of
And-
jewelry. It has one item.
That display case, yeah, you have that like one purse at like in two angles, and
What's with
that's
the
it.
lights too? Look at the lights. The lights are literally like one light is specific to like one item. You see that?
Yeah, the track lighting up above,
Yeah,
and they're just
that-
pointing.
That one item, so that item gets the peak amount of light for
Yeah.
for that one item.
It's like a focal point.
Crazy. Oh my god! And people spend thousands of dollars on this stuff. I'm like, that just blows my mind, dude.
I asked to see their most popular item, the classic Chanel bag. And of course, they tried to use the exclusivity
Last
of
one.
these bags against me.
Yeah.
Caviar gold hardware. This is 10,400.
What?
Claiming that it was limited
What?
one per customer. When I asked to put
One per. Who is buying these in droves? I want to know that. Like,
No one is.
Who-
No one is. Dude, they're just saying that because they want to make it to show that it's so popular that you're only allowed to buy one.
Okay, well, it didn't work
it
for the
obviously-
PS5.
It obviously worked though, because look at your response. Your
I get-
response was, think about it. Your response was, who's buying this in droves? That's what they want you to think, that all these bags are being bought up in droves.
At
So you're
that
only allowed
price
one.
point is what is really like
Well,
upsetting me, though.
the price point doesn't matter if people are trying to buy this in droves. You gotta buy one. You
Uh,
gotta buy one right now.
Not for me.
purchase 3 of them for my daughters. A few minutes
3?
later, and they
For his
mentioned
daughter? Oh.
miraculously that
Well-
they happened to find 3 of these exact bags that I was
Miraculously.
looking for in stock. And they told me that I would actually be able to buy all 3 of them because I had
What a
me and
joke.
my 2 bodyguards. But one thing that I noticed
What a
about
joke.
Chanel
Yeah.
that stands out from all the other luxury brands is just how heavy they lean into their feminine and timeless style. Everything they do, from the way the hostess greets you, the lighting in the store, the products
Wait, what did that
themselves
say about
all
dog?
radiate the
I think it was Service Dog.
Was it did it say service dog or did it say
It
something
was
else?
like cut off. Can we go back? Can you?
way the hostess
Greeting dog? What? They have emotional support animals at
No,
Chanel?
they have a little poodle because girls like poodles. He's talking about how it's like generated for women, so they have a little poodle to greet you to feel more comfortable.
I mean, I guess I gotta go
like
into
store,
Chanel
products
stores.
themselves
I
all
mean,
radiate the same
that
energy.
draw me
They
in.
want to link an association with an idea or a feeling with their brand. And it's the same thing with how Volvo pairs their brand with security and safety.
Okay.
That is true.
That is
That
really...
That is true.
Yeah, it is. Like,
and
I
dude-
remember early Volvo commercials, they were so on point about safety.
Before watching this video, if I asked you name some of the most safest car brands, would you have said Volvo almost immediately?
Yeah, I would have.
Yeah.
I would have said
And then
Volvo.
what's the second one? Just out of curiosity.
Tesla?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was thinking more Volkswagen.
Volkswagen...
Germans
Yeah.
made safe cars, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
But like what I'm trying to make a point across is that back in the day, this has been so brainwashed into us from commercial after commercial after commercial after commercial that when you actually do think of it, you're like, oh, you know, Volvo's a really safe car. Like,
Yeah,
it's almost
that's-
like if you're going out to buy a car, you're like comparing it to Volvo because you like for some reason think Volvo's. How do you know Volvo is a safe car? Have you owned a Volvo? I've never owned a Volvo.
No.
I've never seen any specs about it, but somehow my brain is telling me that Volvo is a safe car.
Yeah, I heard it from somewhere. I don't know where.
From somewhere. They brainwashed it into your brain, dude.
And Apple with simplicity. It is simply
very
a
true.
link between an idea and a concept to their brand. And they keep hammering it in all their communication until that link is formed. And it's the very same reason that these brands spend millions and millions of dollars a year on influencers. They're taking a relationship that influencer already has, and they're flipping.
Dude, what is this, dude? What is this, dude? Like
this like
what
brand
is he
event
wearing?
in that Fallout guy. Doesn't he look like he's from Fallout or something?
This guy?
The guy to the left?
I don't, dude. This is I don't
unbelievable.
know where he's at, man. I mean, they're also wearing masks for some reason, so I don't know when this was. Well, no one else is wearing masks.
No.
Just these 3 people, or 4 people right there for whatever reason, and the guy in the front. But what is he wearing? How does he see out of that?
I have no idea. It must be like some special mesh.
Dude, did we like transport to another alternate reality in the last like 10 years? Like, did the Cerdon Collider or whatever literally push us off into like some weird timeline where like people are literally like, I don't even, dude,
wearing
so
like
alien to me,
superhero
man.
like masks.
And the thing is like he has so much money, and I don't understand why he doesn't just stop. Why don't these people just stop and just like buy an island and go live the rest of your life like enjoying life instead of like
this?
I don't get it, dude. Instead of this.
That
Nuts.
relationship, to have that association and that brand liking to their brand to make more sales. So you want to zoom out and you want to think, ultimately, what is that linking that I am trying to form with my brand? And now Rolex. It is the
Rolex.
There we go.
luxury fashion
Last
brand
one.
in the world. These guys do over $10.1 billion in sales.
Oh, so they're the
Everybody
biggest. They're the
knows
biggest.
It is almost impossible to get a Rolex. I have been all over the world searching for a timepiece.
Well, aren't they like
I can't find
handmade
it.
too?
Going in, I'm gonna try my hardest to get a watch. For
Wait a
life.
minute.
But the thing is,
What? He said in general? To get a Rolex in general?
It's impossible
Yeah.
to get a Rolex.
Why are Rolex watches so hard to buy right now? Rolex may come to mind as one of the most well-known watch manufacturers in the world, and the brand continues to reign supreme in the realm of high-end horology. Is that
timekeeping.
watchmaking or something.
Yeah.
I've never even heard that. This has been the case for decades, with the Swiss brand consistently raising the standards in areas ranging from design to mechanics. When you're interested in luxury watches and want to acquire a Rolex, be sure to read this article. Okay, so it's not actually saying.
How do we know this isn't like a clickbait article?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. That's see, like, that's messing with my mind now.
Yeah,
right? Like how do you know that this guy doesn't work in conglomerate with all of them?
Like he's trying to teach us these secrets and these
or he keeps mentioning the brand's name and how awesome it is and designer, and it's brainwashing us currently into thinking that they're designer brand. Did you notice that when he first started, we weren't really saying the names? Like when he said did Louis Vuitton, we weren't like, okay, Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. Dior. Okay, no, Dior. We didn't start saying it until the one before this, right?
Yeah, now we're like parroting.
Gucci. Now we're talking about Rolex, because it's starting to get into our head.
Yeah.
It's starting to get into our head. But dude, so you're saying that you can't even buy a Rolex? So if I wanted to buy a Rolex right now, I couldn't buy a Rolex?
The only thing that I think like could have like broke the supply of this is the human malware.
Right now, if I go on my phone right now, can I buy a Rolex? What do you think?
I would think that you probably could. I mean, this article is...
I'm testing it out.
From October 2023, so it's kind of an old article, too.
I mean, this is saying I can buy Rolexes for $10,000, $5,000, $8,000, $23,000. I mean, I think you can buy Rolexes.
Yeah.
Maybe he's talking about like specific
models.
Like if a new model comes out, you can't just like go and buy a new model. Like
the Rolex Auto
maybe
Winder.
people are selling older one. I don't even get it. It doesn't matter. It's just that seems stupid.
I've been all over the world searching for a timepiece, and I cannot find it.
Going in, I'm going to try my hardest.
I just found it in 2 seconds on the phone. That's what I'm saying. I don't
understand.
But the thing is, it's almost impossible to actually buy a Rolex at the store. That is because they actually don't hold anything for sale. I went in with the exact watch that I wanted in mind, and they said that it was not available to purchase, but they would take down my phone number and call me when it was in stock.
What female watches do you have in stock? Today I only have exhibition, so I've made it for sale today.
Exhibition?
Again, I don't have any models.
What does that mean?
I don't even know what that means. Is that just display models? Like, is that their fancy word for, like...
All right, I'm going to look it up. What does he say?
Exhibition.
Watches. All right, so Google says these are watches which have an unusually good exhibition case back to show off the movement on. Right, that didn't help me at all.
So they don't have real backs.
They claim that it's because their watches are in such high demand that they are unable to keep up any inventory in store. But this is just all a fugazi to sell the
What's a fugazi?
I don't know.
Way more profitable
a fraud,
selling the than actual
farce.
watches. But how are they able to justify such a premium price tag if they won't even sell you in store?
The whole idea of charging premium prices is typically an idea that most business owners can get around. But the thing that they don't like to think about is what type of service would they need to provide in order to justify that premium price tag? Because you can't just go, oh, that sounds great, Sabri. Let me just charge double, triple for what it is that I've got right now. Because a transaction takes place where value exceeds price. And what I have found from having thousands of clients all over the world, providing an incredible customer experience is made up by having a lot of little things that you do all throughout that client journey that adds up to the overall experience that it is that they
Okay,
provide. And
that's like any
exactly-
product.
Dude, this guy could literally sell me my own toenails. I'm confident that this guy could literally just show up in my life one day and make me invest all my money in something. Like I don't know if you're getting that vibe from him, but like he's like the way he's talking to the camera, it's almost like he's like talking into your soul about the prices need to be this. And it's like, I'm like, oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
The prices do need to be double. I do need to buy that bag.
how these
Yeah,
luxury
he does
brands
have a way of
operate. They know
speaking.
exactly
Yeah.
who your name is, what items that it is that you've bought in the past, because that is the only way that you can actually get the products that you want to buy in the first place. They're not in there to sell you one bag or one belt. They want you buying off them repeatedly and forever. And that's how they make these obscenely high profits. So there's the strategies to dramatically increase your profits. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Oh yeah.
Yikes.
Well, are you brainwashed now?
A little bit. I feel like I'm ready to buy a Rolex watch and a Dwyer bag.
And then dress up like you're in the Matrix?
Yeah, with Balenciaga.
Yeah,
Balenciago.
I think I'm about to do the same
Uh,
thing. What'd you guys think about the video? Leave a comment down below. Subscribe, like. We'll catch you in the next one. Know when we're gonna. I'll hit the start button. You'll know when we're about to watch.
Okay.
Okay. So let me know. Give me like a countdown to recording.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.